Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, it is going to be the updated Venom synthesis counterpart to Freyna. Yesterday I uploaded Contagion, today I'm going over Venom synthesis. So yeah, let's just get right on into today's video. Starting off with the modules. Now for the maneuvering module, you are 100% going to want to use mid-air maneuvering. The reason for that is the fastest way to spread Venom synthesis is by flying around, spidering or sprinting as much as you can. So you're going to want to use mid-air maneuvering for your first module. For the red module, of course, it is going to be Venom synthesis because, you know, we already went over this. It's going to be the Venom synthesis build, so we're going to need Venom synth. Now for our modules, let's start off by focusing on damage. So the first thing you're going to want to throw on is power increase. Now if you made the Contagion build from my Freyna, you're basically set. It's the exact same build. Now let's just quickly go over the rest of it. So we're going to go with two amplification modules. So for the amplification modules, we are going to go with Toxic Amp and Tech Amp. There you go. So we've got both of our amplification modules in. This is going to scale well with power increase. And then for our damage modules, we are going to go with as much modifier as we can, skill simplification, and then we are also going to pull that even higher with decimator. Now, simple as it is, range and cooldown are the only things that remain, so we'll go with skill expansion for range, as well as skill extension for duration, because we actually want Venom synths to have a kick of duration. One module for duration is enough. The reason we are going with duration on Venom synth though is specifically because of the fact that Venom synth stacks with the toxic, with the venom, or with the poison. So the more you have it on and the more you loop it around and stuff like that, the more damage it's going to do. So you do want this toxic to last quite a while. So that's why we're going with one duration module. For our two range modules, we've gone with expansion and amplification control because we want to leave a spicy, itchy snail trail with Freyna. So yeah. Now, just for cooldown, just to finish this off, we're going to be going with the MP conversion and then the nimble fingers. Now, like I did say before, if you use my Contagion build, it's literally one module difference and you just change, the modules are the exact same. You literally just change the red module and that is it. It's kind of crazy how one build basically does all with Freyna. Now let's talk about the rest of the setup. Starting off with the reactor. Now the reactor is slightly different. Now I've still gone with tactical rifle mounting. That is because we are still going to be using the secret garden. Now for the secondary weapon on this, I am still going to be using a malevolent. So I will go over my weapons later in this video, but let's just focus on this for now. The main reason I'm using this is for the unique ability on the secret garden. Pest control, which is essentially translated to, once it stacks up, 36% of extra skill power when using a tech ability, and Freyna's first and third ability are tech abilities, so you're basically going to get plus damage on using your abilities. Then toxic and tech in the middle, and then for this one I've gone with toxic and tech at the bottom as well, just for complete maxed out damage. Now in the other video, in the Contagion video, I have cooldown and toxic, but if you were to go cooldown tech or even cooldown toxic, same reactor from last video, this would also work in here as well. However, I think for Venom synth specifically, you're going to want to go with maxed out damage, so toxic and tech. Now let's go on over the external components. Now the external components on Freyna are still the exact same, so you're just going to want to go with the plague set. Across the plague set, for all of the comps, you are going to want max HP and defense on all of your external component cores. For your power, you're going to want MP recovery in combat and ideally max HP, but I don't have that roll. On your memory, your sensor, you're going to want to have MP recovery in combat and then max MP as well. And then on your memory, you're going to want modifier. So modifier is going to be the main one. Defense on here would be nice, but electrical resistance also works well. And then for your processor, max shield, toxic resistance, or shield recovery modifier. Either one of these stats will be good. Now the main reason we are using the plague set is because of that insane 43% boost, and yeah, that's a very big boost in toxic damage, so that's why we are going with this one. Now for the arcade tuning tree. It's basically the same as the contagion one as well. So we're going to go right over here, we're going to go all the way up, then we are going to go across, we're going to go up, we're going to keep kicking, and we're going all the way to defense neutralization. When this spreads, this does a ton of damage, as well as ripping mobs apart. It also just rips their defenses apart, which is something important. Resistance deduction is kind of sweet too, but the defense is the big one. And then we're going to go up here for the additional skill power, and then all the way up here for toxic cohesion to basically give us a little bit more toxic skill power overall as well. This is the main tree that you are going to want to run with this. However, if you don't prefer using defense neutralization, which is completely fine, by the way, if you don't prefer that, then I would recommend this tree instead. So you can use toxic cohesion along with additional skill power and additional cooldown. If you don't like the MP recovery modifier and the HP, you can change this just for straight extra duration. This will also help your abilities last just a little bit longer, but this is your second option for your tree if you do not like the neutralization one. Now let's talk about my secret gardens. Now there is two of them. One is here for basically a stat stick for Freyna's 4th ability, and then the other one is here to run around with. Now with this garden over here, the one with 2 sprint speeds and 1 grapple is going to be the main garden you are going to want to be running around with for this setup. Now on here, I do have the most important thing, that being brisk walk, but if you use Freyna's 3, Venom synth does give a speed boost regardless, so you should be able to hit cap with that. If not, then that brisk walk will definitely help you hit cap. Then for the second secret garden, the one that I have triple sprint speed on in this instance, I've set it up for the other style of build. This is basically a stat stick for Freyna's 4th ability. You ideally want to go with expand weapon charge, sharp precision shot, and then yeah, those are like the main ones that you want to go with. But you want to basically use this as a stat stick to allow you to use Freyna's 4th ability with as many shots as you can. You ideally want to get the rounds per mag on the substats on this weapon. 11.7% or higher would be the absolute best. I've got it on this garden here. I've just swapped my gardens just for the purpose of this video, but make sure on the stat stick garden that you are using the 4th ability on, you've got rounds per mag on your substats, because that will give you like a few more rounds when you are using her 4th. Now for my malevolent, I've got toxic on the cores here. You can change the element to whatever you want. I've got toxic specifically because I run Purge 35. And then for your modules, you are going to want to go with something like this. Those 3 slots are open for your elements: your enhancement mod, your priority module, and then your circulation module. We're making sure to use payout for infinite ammo for a short period of time. And yeah, basically this is what you're going to want for your malevolent. Now for your inversion reinforcements, there is a few of them. You could use the sprint speed, even though Venom synth does take you to max technically. This would just help you out in general if you do need it, so I would recommend this one. The second one is biodensity augmentation. This one is going to help you, survive. You need that HP. And then the last one is going to be an optional one, which is circulation tactic. Because we are not running maxed out cooldown, as you can see, there is a little bit of space for cooldown to be improved. So you could use circulation tactic to cover that. Or ideally, you could use neural focus, or you could use probabilistic recovery, or neural stim. It's completely optional, the third one on your inversions, but I do like to run with the cooldown in this instance. Now that we've got the build out of the way, let's get on into some gameplay for this.
Do it Drifting in the dark, chasing fading echoes. Every word we spoke disappeared in the void. Lost from the rhythm, drowning in sorrow. Tell me, is there a tomorrow?
So let's run some Sigma. Now, Sigma, we're going straight in with Venom Synth, of course, again as normal. With this over here, we've got this over here. So we're just going to run through here, jump down here with Venom, start hoarding these mobs over here. We're also going to make sure to throw some Toxic over there to hit these ones up here, infect them as well. Basically, the one-man infection army is me with Freyna right now. Make sure you spread the Venom down here for the second phase. There you go. Let that go crazy. Even with that, just use your Secret Garden to do extra touches of damage. You're just going to want to keep maintaining it. Do that, making sure you're grappling everywhere. And this is the very nice thing about Venom Synth, is that even if you Venom Synth over one of these, you can see just like that, you're going to hit consistent damage across them all. So you can see that I was just hitting damage upon damage upon damage until that stuff broke. There you go, let's hit C with that as well. And the damage on these is very promising too. So even though I might not be moving the absolute fastest, I'm still doing a lot regardless with this. So let's do that there. Even looks like my team needs to pick up their slack, man. They're not doing the best on me right now. And then with this over here, just going to want to switch over to your fourth ability, then use that to destroy elites. So it's going to destroy that guy, destroy all the elites we see with this, destroy them balls, destroy this dude, all of that. Then we just want to keep spreading the Toxic whilst we're running around. At this point, you'd want to switch over to the Malevolent just to deal with these elites. See him over there and get him. Make sure to melt him. Immortality, Oblivion. We've got a VS on the team, so she's probably doing a lot of damage. Want to make sure you're spreading that Toxic everywhere. That beautiful Freyna Toxic. Got my fourth ability back. Melt him with it. Beautiful. And you can see that even in a public Sigma, I definitely did a lot in that lobby. And you can see here, 237 million. In a 4-man, basically, yeah. So this is essentially how you'd use Venom Synth in Sigma, and it is a very strong setup. I do enjoy using Venom Synth a lot. Sub 2-minute run, can't really complain. So yeah,